idea that you guys can just plug guys in on the defensive line. It doesn't matter who it is. They're going to perform. When you hear that, what do you think?
Well, I think that it's easy to say it, but I mean, I think what we do as a coaching staff is get those guys ready, and then I think we pattern the defense to the personnel that's on the field. You know, I know that the type of skills that our defensive linemen have, and if they're on the field, what their strengths are. But at the same time, I think that all our guys are working and well-rounded athletes up front. I think personnel-wise, we have a lot of good players now on this defense in this fall, and I'm excited about them. And defensive line has always been a strength for us because of the depth. And so we've been able to take guys that nobody was talking about. I mean, last year, not a lot of people were talking about Teddy Palapoy. And now he's, you know, after a year later, he's obviously done a great job and dominated as a Pac-12 defensive lineman. And I'm looking to see who the new names are going to be this year, and seeing how these young guys are going to do, and seeing how these new guys are going to adapt to our defense. But so far, it's following the same pattern, and what we're trying to do is have the same pattern that we've established, and the same culture and mentality that we have with the D-line and all the other positions. You know.
What do you expect your defensive tackles to do, your interior guys? What is the job requirement there?
Eat up space and then just beat up the line. Just try to collapse the pocket and probably just eat up space and let our linebackers and safeties make plays. But we're not calling on them to make tackles necessarily, but a lot of time when you get a D lineman that knocks an O lineman back to the backfield, they've done their job, they've disrupted. So their job is to just be dominators and disrupt the game.
And you feel like you see those guys?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like we've had those guys every year. You know, and since I've been here, it's going my 10th year. I feel like that's the same thing's going to happen. It's going to be different names than we had last year. Different names than you had 2 years ago. 2 years ago was David Kruger and Starlo Tulele. Last year was LT Tuipulotu and Teddy Palapoy. This year's going to be, you know, whoever wins out and whoever battles the most. So it's good. It's going to follow the same thing. I mean, I could go through and name all the tandems that have played. Steve Fifita, Sione Poha, Paul Soliai, Kelly Talavo. It follows down the line. You know, James Iono. And there's so many guys that have played. Silver Slinga. So I think that we'll be fine there.
Do you feel like you have enough experience at safety? Because, you know, obviously you're a little young there, but you have a mix with Blecken. And
I feel like we got some really good players. I mean, I know that we're having Erico play corner. We wouldn't do that unless we felt comfortable with the type of guys that we have at safety. But more than anything, I'm more comfortable with the talent there. You know, maybe we don't have a lot of experience, but Blecken aside, probably pretty young there, you know, but I feel like, and as a coaching staff, we feel like we got enough talent where we can make up for it, and with the talented guys that we have in that position.
And does system help you with that? Because you've talked a lot about, and a lot of people here have talked about playing a lot more nickel. I mean, what does playing nickel do for you guys, and how much do you expect to be in it?
Well, it just helps us defend the spread stuff. You know, we're bringing in we're taking out a linebacker and bringing in an extra defensive back, and so being able to bring those guys in and have a good rotation with that group is important for us. And now we're relying on having, you know, not just 4 DBs but 5. So you obviously got to have 10 DBs that can rotate with the first and second team. And years past, we probably didn't have a full 10 that we felt comfortable with. But now I feel like we have the talent there. We might not have the experience in the depth, but we definitely have the talent and the depth. And then we got to develop the experience in the next couple of weeks, you know, and that's the goal.
Sure. Do you still feel like, because you guys used a defensive back behind Blecken, and he was able to move a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, do you still feel like that'll be part of your package?
Yeah, we'll still mix around with it. I mean, without giving anything away, one of Blecken's biggest, I guess one of the biggest things, the positive about him playing on the field is that he's really good in the box. That's why we like him at linebacker, but he's really good at blitzing, he's good at covering, and he's just a big playmaker. So when you have a guy like that, it's tough to just keep him in the post all the time. So we're gonna do some things, but nothing is out of the realm of what he's used to already.
As a defensive guy, how do you see the speed on the offense being enhanced this year as opposed to last year?
Oh, it's definitely a lot faster. I mean, you could just name a couple players in there. Kalen Clay, we don't have anyone like that, and he's making us a lot faster. You see all the guys that are out there, even the athletic offensive tackles. You look at the CJ Potasi himself. You know, he's a different man now than he was last year. So I think a lot of the guys having another year under the belt, but also they've changed their body types. And you look at the demand that Coach Christensen has on them. He's wanting them to go faster. I mean, today was fast and it was hard to defend, but they want it faster. And I'm all for it, man. I think defense coordinator is always cheering for the offense, within reason when we're going against them. But I'd like to see our guys progress, but they're doing a great job. I think you look at all around, if you look at the team talent today, there's a lot of talent out there, and we definitely got a lot better with the people that we recruited in the last 3 years and guys being healthy. So we're looking forward to putting those guys out there.
How
Thanks.
good is it to see